Welcome, Leo. At Astrologically, we believe planets do not predict your future. They reveal your true potential. And today, that potential roars to life because God has issued a divine proclamation over you. The delay is over. The waiting, the wondering, the invisible barriers that kept you circling the same mountain again and again. They are dissolving in this very moment, because your spirit has finally outgrown the wilderness. Leo, you were never meant to remain in the in-between. You were always called to lead, to create, to shine. And while it may have seemed like life pressed pause, the truth is, heaven was scripting your great unveiling behind the scenes. What felt like stagnation was sacred stillness. What felt like rejection was divine redirection. And now, the roaring fire within you that refused to be extinguished is aligning with God's perfect timing. You are no longer just carrying the dream. You are carrying the green light. The permission you've been waiting for doesn't come from the world. It comes from within, ignited by a celestial yes from above. The lion within you has always known this moment was coming. The moment where you don't just move forward but leap. All the times you felt underestimated, overlooked, or even abandoned, they were part of a divine strategy to protect your power until you were ready to hold it with humility, wisdom, and vision. And now you are. You see, Leo, you weren't delayed. You were being crowned in private. God was strengthening your backbone, purifying your motives, sharpening your instincts. You weren't being denied success. You were being trained to sustain it. You weren't being punished for your boldness. You were being taught how to pair it with grace. The result? A version of you that is not only ready to rise but prepared to reign. You are walking out of the shadows and into the spotlight, not with arrogance but with divine authority. The light you carry is no longer dimmed by past mistakes or false narratives. It blazes forward with purpose because it's been anointed. Leo, you are a carrier of presence now, not just charisma. Your presence shifts atmospheres, commands attention, and brings peace to chaos. The reason the delay was necessary is because your destiny is heavy with purpose. Had it arrived too early, it might have crushed you, but now you can carry it. And not only carry it, you will multiply it. The lion is no longer caged. The limitations, whether internal fears or external blockages, are breaking off. You're no longer asking for permission to be great. You're no longer shrinking so others can feel tall. You're no longer dimming your flame to make others comfortable in their shadows. You were never made to live under a lid. You were built to be limitless, and now that truth is finally becoming your reality. The visions you've held in your heart, the creative ideas, the business ventures, the leadership roles, the platforms, the impact, they're not too big for you. In fact, they're finally the right size because you've expanded. The delay was the stretch. It was growing you into a vessel capable of carrying the dream without dropping it. And now, you are stepping into the fulfillment with a foundation, so strong that nothing will shake it. Let this be your confirmation. The season of frustration is over. The doors that wouldn't open are now unlocking with ease. The support you lacked is now forming around you. The fog that clouded your thinking is clearing. The weight you carried on your shoulders is lifting. You are being repositioned, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and relationally. Everything that felt like a mess is being revealed as part of the method. Every unanswered prayer was not unheard. It was being amplified behind the veil. Now the veil is lifting, and your reward is rushing in. Leo, you're about to be reminded why God made you wait. Because what's arriving now is so much more than you imagined. It's not just breakthrough, it's legacy. It's not just opportunity, it's divine alignment. It's not just abundance. It's sustainable favor. You're not walking into a temporary win. You're entering a permanent shift. A spiritual upgrade that transforms how you walk, how you speak, how you serve, and how you receive. You're no longer striving for approval. You're operating from assignment. The applause of the crowd no longer drives you because you've learned how to roar without an audience. The old Leo sought the spotlight to be seen. The new Leo brings the light wherever they go. You're not a seeker anymore. You're a sender of divine energy, joy, and truth. And with this shift comes responsibility. You're being trusted now. With people, platforms, and influence, so steward them well. Keep your integrity sharp. Lead with love. And remember who gave you the crown. It wasn't a man. It wasn't a system. It wasn't luck. It was God. And what God establishes, no one can cancel. This is your protected rise. A rise that is so aligned with divine timing that you won't need to hustle or beg. Opportunities will be drawn to your energy because your vibration is finally matching your vision. People will be moved by your authenticity, not your perfection. And blessings will chase you down because heaven recognizes your address now. So prepare yourself. The emails, the calls, the invitations, the divine connections, they're coming. The finances you've prayed for are flowing. The relationships you've longed for are being revealed. The stability you've fought for is finally locking into place. God is not just restoring what you lost, He's replacing it with better. The delay protected you from heartbreaks, bankrupt ideas, and paths that would have dimmed your flame. Now the path ahead is clear, and your steps are divinely ordered. You won't miss what's meant for you. You won't be passed over. You won't have to fight to be chosen, because you've already been appointed. This is the season where Leo rises not just as a symbol of strength, but as a beacon of wisdom, clarity, and divine leadership. Your influence won't come from forcing things. It'll come from alignment. Your energy won't come from striving. It'll come from flow. Your glow won't be for show. It'll be from soul. God has rebuilt you from the inside out. And what the world is about to witness is the result of an inner transformation that can't be explained, only experienced. The pain you endured has become your power. The silence you sat through has become your strength. And now your roar is no longer loud for attention. It's sacred because it carries authority. So Leo, lift your head. Shake off the dust. Take the leap. Say yes to what's calling you forward. Launch the thing. Take the stage. Write the book. Move to the city. Build the platform. Love again. Believe again. Trust again. Because this time it's real. This time it's rooted. This time it's right. The delay wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a better unfolding. Your wings weren't clipped. They were being strengthened. And now the sky is wide open. The universe is cheering. The stars are aligning. The heavens are declaring that it's time. You are ready, Leo. Not just to dream, but to dominate. Not just to lead, but to lift others with you. Not just to shine, but to set fire to the cold places of this world with your purpose. And most of all, Leo, remember this. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. You were never behind. You were simply being held for the right moment. And now, this is it. God says, the delay is over. Rise like the sun you were born under. Rule with the heart of a lion. And walk like you know the throne was always yours.